All right, guys, welcome back to Mod Pop Thrift. My name is Tom, and I am a stay-at-home dad for 5 children. And I am a full-time eBay reseller. And I can stay home with my kids because I make it work on eBay. Today, we're going to go to a couple of thrift stores, and I won't spoil it. Find one really good thing. But first, we're going to do some what solds. Obviously, I've already filmed the later go to the thrift store stuff. Just gonna put up screenshots and the everything that sold up until the last thing I remember doing yesterday. Probably today is going to be the last of the every single day thing. I'm probably going to take the weekend off at least to try to get caught up on some other stuff. This YouTube thing is time consuming, but give me a thumbs up. If I get a bunch of thumbs up, I'll probably get right back into doing everyday videos. But I'm gonna have to take probably the weekend and just spend time with the family, get things caught up here, there, and everywhere, and then we'll do some more next week. Another Dark Tower flag sold for $12, free shipping, the blue one. So we are really moving through those pretty quickly, considering they're just small parts to a board game. Most board games aren't going to do as well as this one has done, but this one's a really obscure, really highly sought after game. This print shirt isn't anything I'd pick up most of the time. I can't say where I got it, but I had 2 or 3 of these same print shirts for a while. This one sold for $7 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $13.50. This shirt I picked up for $2 at a yard sale. It was cold, and so I think it was like the first part of November, and the there was a bunch of like video game themed clothing, but it was all super modern and not really valuable. I mean, as far as modern graphic tees go, they were $12, $14 shirts, and I was buying them for $2 a piece. But this one was Spirited Away, and it's like a kimono kind of look, women's shirt that would be button front, but there's no buttons, so it's just like an open front blouse. Nice looking thing. Man, having to edit out coughs and yawns. And I expected it to be worth picking up, but I couldn't find comps at the time. It sold for $35.99. How about When Women Had Tails?
Somebody's hiding in the water. The ugliest man I ever saw.
Oh, you're a fool.
Ah, funny face.
On VHS. I suspect this is a comedy. I didn't actually watch it. I did put it in long enough to make sure that it played, and it didn't obviously have anything taped over it, but I didn't watch it all the way through or pay any attention to it. But it sold for $9 plus media mail shipping. I'll probably go ahead and ship it first class in case somebody needs it by Christmas. They have an outside chance, but with media, I don't think they would. That was a hoarder house thing. The other day, you guys saw me pick up this American Girl at Goodwill for $5 and change, less than $6. Sold for $33, free shipping. 4 XL t-shirts. I had 2 black ones. These are it was sold earlier, like last week. I paid $1 a piece for the 4 shirts and lotted the like colors together. So the black ones sold already, and this set of blue ones sold just now. It's $12.50, but then the buyer paid priority shipping, and I don't know where these are going, but the buyer ended up paying more in shipping than they did for the shirts. They paid $13 for shipping, and I shipped them in a priority flat rate legal envelope, and so I paid less than $9, so I made a little bit on the shipping as well. This shirt I know I got in a Whatnot auction for like $2, and it sold for $13 plus shipping. The Peppa Pig that I picked up at the same time as the American Girl doll not very long ago, just a couple of days, sold for $22.99. Buyers all in at $25, so it must have sold free shipping and they paid tax. This shirt sold, and then I was like, why did I put off-white? The coloring is really bad. This is a mustard yellow shirt, and for whatever reason, my phone just captured it as off-white. And I had an off-white shirt that I was listing as well. So I got confused. I messaged the buyer. Said, hey, this is yellow and it says off-white in the description. Let me send you a picture of it in the sunlight. And they're like, yeah, that's not going to work. So we canceled that order. And I only bring it up to say, hey, sometimes things screw up, and this customer was totally good with it. The other day you saw me pick up for $8 that this Gap denim jacket. It is sold for $26.99. I picked this Hello Kitty tray up for $2 at a thrift store in the last week, and it sold for 21 plus shipping, and it's dented like it says. If you look at the description, it says dents, and then I took a lot of pictures of that dented edge. The only sold comp for this was $45, so I priced it to move, but also I priced it with as damaged. So I'm glad that it sold. I suspected that it was desirable enough to sell with flaws, but I didn't necessarily expect it to go that fast. This beer mirror, I packed the crap out of this thing. And it sold for 43 plus shipping. And it says that it's in the storeroom as its item location. It is not, because I don't live at that house anymore. And nothing's in the storeroom. Princess and the Frog sold for $9.94 free shipping, but I had 75 cents into it, and that's where the comps were, and it'll ship even first class for like $4.50, so I'll make $5 on something that was thrown into the box that I was going to make, and it's super easy to deal with. How about these bull boxer shoes? Not a brand that I was familiar with, but they felt like quality, and so they sold for $29.99 plus shipping, which is what I said when I picked them. I picked them up the same time I picked up all those skates, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they sold real quick for some dress shoes that aren't a popular brand. Ankle dress boots. I do reasonably well with those. Another Pokemon sold for $11.90, and I wish that they would sell in the lots. These two that sold for $11.90 sold for, they were the stragglers. I grabbed all the Pokemon they had, and these were ones that were one-offs. I couldn't pair them with something else and make lots. And those are the two that sold, so that really didn't work out in my favor. This here, the movement that I wasn't sure what it was. I had a person on eBay reach out and say, hey, that is from this Dick Tracy car. So I added that to the description, and it did sell for $10.99 plus shipping. And then the last thing is this cowboy hat. I picked the cowboy hat up when they first brought out Halloween costumes at our local Goodwill, which is normally the first week of October. They brought out these 3 cowboy hats for $3 a piece, and they were all good felt cowboy hats. They weren't costumes, and they all sold for over $30, but this one took the longest. And that is it for what sold. Let's go see if we can't find some stuff at some thrift stores. Me and Evelyn are going to go see what kind of damage we can do. All right, well, Evelyn and I are at a thrift store that is run by a couple. Cool married couple that they do metal scraps, and then they realized, hey, we get a lot of stuff that is cool that we could take, but it's not metal. So they started taking it, and they started a little thrift store. They call it an indoor yard sale, but it's basically just their shop has a section for stuff for sale. So we're gonna pop in here, see Tim and Tammy, and we'll see if we can find any goods. You ready?
Yeah.
Seashells. I like these giant rat traps. If those were old, and I don't know that they're not.
Can I see
No.
one of them?
You do not need those. To be.
Well, they're Air Jordan, and that
Wow.
one is that.
That's cool, even if
I was
it's.
thinking double stitched for some reason.
You found a little teeny cup
Anything.
and on a plate. All right, well, let's go see. Let's see what this stuff is. Wow.
Dad, this tells us where our home is.
Nothing super good.
Dad,
We ended up with this knobbler from Top Flight. It's a model plane, and it's at least missing the wheels. I'm gonna have to go through it, but topside's $200. I paid $5, so if it's mostly there, I think I can get a bunch of money for it. And then there's some stuff in the bag. Patagonia ball cap. I'll show him your puppy in a second. This is just a Snap-on Carhartt vintage hood. I don't know what it's worth. It's worth 12 or 15 if it's not vintage. This one's definitely vintage. And then she had some shirts that she knew I looked for old shirts, so she saved these for me, but they're modern reprints. But that Salt and Peppa is ridiculous anyway. I paid $7 for everything, so maybe I paid 50 cents a piece for these shirts. This Jordan is a thing of beauty, a modern reprint, but it's pretty awesome. And then this WGLO is a local rock station. It's probably Y2K, and it says Bob and Tom on the back. So not too bad. Fun stop. I always like to stop and see Tim and Tammy. So there's a church, parachurch organization run thrift store just around the corner. Go stop and see them a minute, and then hit Goodwill before we go pick up the boys. This is Adult and Teen Challenge. It's a faith-based drug rehabilitation thing. And they've run this thrift store for years and years and years. And I used to shop with them when I was a tiny nothing hole in the wall. And now they have this big cool store. Evelyn wants to show you the puppy that she got. She thinks it's Doc McStuffins. It does say it's Disney. I think it said Pixar, which makes it not. But anyway, she picked that out at Tim and Tammy's because no ma'am. So this place has a little bit of a reputation for being high priced, but changes Spidey $10. I'll run comps on it. NASCAR racing $10. It's definitely vintage, but I think I'm gonna skip it.
I want that.
I think I'm gonna skip that Spider-Man. It's probably $25, but 10, I feel like I can probably do better. Case in point, this Santa Cruz mushrooms shirt. Evie found a Snoopy Heart onesie, and this has got the big hit on the back too. That's pretty cool. So I only found the Santa Cruz shirt in the shirts, and I looked through all of them and hurt my arm because they're so far up in the air that you have to like basically hold your hand straight up. And Heavy went potty and told me she needed some privacy. So many clothes. I think these are all women's clothes. Dude, look at this jalapeno. That's pretty crazy. Literally the only thing that I found in here was this Santa Cruz. And I think I'm gonna pass on it and just be done.
Dad, get out of here.
Yeah, we'll be done. so I just found this. I've never heard of Gold Varg, but it's $3.99, and it's a Mercury Monterey, and comps are over 50 bucks. And they've cleaned this aisle up quite a bit. It looks way better than it did. So if I leave with only this, that's probably worth the trip. But I also have this. It's German. It's really well made. I haven't comped it yet, but it's $2.29. So I'm probably going to buy it blind and figure it out. Back before shirts were $4.59. This would have been a pickup for sure, but I don't think that it is now. Evie found an owl and she thinks it's ugly and wants to put it back. What's it do, Evelyn? What did it do?
Fly. Like that.
This is an amazing shirt. Legends of Soul, Soul Train, Love, Peace, and Soul. But I'm pretty sure it's bootleg. Bikes are amazing. They're American-made Schwinn. I guess that does say made in China, but they're pre-packed Sun. Maybe this one was American-made? I don't know. They're 40 bucks a piece, and that is a fantastic price. But I don't have a place to put them. Clear up in this corner, they have golf clubs. Nothing interesting, but I didn't know that's where they put them. So they got the kids book section and the Harlequin section. And these are all soft covers. And they got VHS has been significantly expanded, and DVDs. More soft covers and a mass of DVDs. And then CDs here and hardcovers around here. There is some sense to which going thrift stores, you can't buckle the bottom, I'll help you. There's some sense to which thrift stores is gambling, and they can't all be winners. You can mitigate your risk on gambling, but you can't always find good stuff. You don't always have to spend money on crap. Today, we didn't strike out, but we certainly didn't hit it like we normally do. But that's the breaks. Like I said, this is probably the last one for every video. I think this is 12 in a row. I'm going to take the weekend and spend some time with my family and get things caught up with the business, and then next week we'll see. I'll do a couple for sure, but then it's the week of Christmas, so my kids will be out of school. We'll see how many I get, and then in the new year. But if you like seeing the videos every day, make sure and give this one a thumbs up, because that will encourage me to continue making the everyday videos when it becomes feasible to do again, because I'm not going thrifting every day the week of Christmas. That would be crazy. And I suspect my sales will slow down enough that it's not worth doing a what sold every single day too. I mean, my sales aren't going to slow down to nothing, but I'm not making a video on Christmas Day. I'm not making a video on Christmas Eve. And I'm not making a video this weekend because I'm burning out and need to refocus. All right, so thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.